All right, welcome back to game number 2 between Boise State University and St. Clair College. Boise State taking the first game in a pretty close fashion, with Oasis going to the third map. Now this time for game 2, we are going on over to Kings Row. And this is going to be Boise State on defense first. Kings Row, from what I remember, relatively favorited from at least a handful of the Saints Gaming's crew. Granted, 2-2-2 is actually locked in, so you won't see anything too janky as they've done in the past metas. But we have, if you've seen us at during the first game, this is about what they were running for the most part for game 1, but it said Jub on the Reaper, and Captain Star making his presence known to him very quickly into this second game. Has taken Jub out right away. Big mess into this extremely tight choke point, with Guac taking the kill onto Damage, of course the main tank here for the Saints. Captain Star diving in, and this is pretty much going to be a team wipe there, except Jub does actually get himself the kill onto Captain Star. So the walk distance for the defenders is actually pretty long on this map, so even with Captain Star going down really late in that, or since he went down really late in that fight, it's going to be a long walk for him to get back into this. And this is actually a pretty decent position, I would say, for St. Clair. Unfortunately, though, Asu just with the flank, destroying out Walla, and the rest of the Boise State squad are on their mark, taking care of the rest of St. Clair College. Solid team kill, and there was no ticks captured. All back to 0% here for St. Clair. Of course, they do have 2 minutes, 30 seconds still on the clock, worst case scenario. The ultimates used, I think, were just Jesse's Coalescence and Walla's Meteor Strike. Meanwhile, on the side of Boise State, we have the 4 of them ready to pop. Asu kind of getting himself a little overextended, trying to look for that flank. And there's the Doomfist once again. Death Blossom plus Meteor Strike. Which one do you want to try and dodge? Luckily for the Saints, they pretty much got most of it decently. Like, Walla does get the kill onto Asu. Guac did answer back, though, with the refrag. And then Walla getting 2 kills, and we've got Justy getting Coalescence again, and he's going to finish things off. A little bit of a spectator bug there, as we didn't exactly see the beam itself, but that was a Coalescence, and this is going to be the first point captured for St. Clair College. Now Damage kind of pushed up a little bit far, and the rest of Boise State round the corner and just flank on him. D'Angelo with the Coalescence just charging in. Gonna send all the Saints right back to their spawn point. So Boise currently with the Bongo and the Sound Barrier. Meanwhile, St. Clair's got quite the lineup of ultimates they can use. We've got the Reaper duel, and it's not going in the favor of Jub. He has to run to his teammates real quick. Bongo going down, plus the Sigma ult on the side of St. Clair. That's a Meteor Strike as well. Lots of ults coming out. And then even putting onto the Death Blossom. That is going to clean up the team fight, though. Nicely done there. Jub just to finish that off. Nicely done from St. Clair to get that, that team fight wipe. Of course, Damage leading the charge. Set up his barrier in a rather aggressive position for the reinforcing Boise State squad. Jub looking for some sort of flank. Going to keep himself rather safe up in the top left there. That is a Coalescence on the side of Boise with D'Angelo coming in. Now this barrier actually lagging behind kind of threw off Jub a little bit, but he is right in the line of, or right in the back line rather, just popping shots at the supports and tanks. Damage taking down Captain Star, the big DPS player. Boise State going down rather early in this fight, but this is a decent ult here for Guac. He does manage to lift up like 3 or 4 of them. And that is going to be 3 members of St. Clair going down, with probably more to follow, but this is definitely a close one. Justy on the board, getting some kills, taking down Beanie Bump. Jub Jub also getting Asu in the process. So it was an extremely close fight, but it may very well go over to the side of St. Clair. Jub Jub taking down Guac. It's just a matter of dealing with Captain Star, but he missed the punch, so he's going to be going down. And D'Angelo pops his ult as he dies. So that Coalescence is not going to be available for the defense of this third point for at least a little bit. Saints on the board with 2 points now on Kings Row. These guys ain't wasting no time though. Right around the corner. Like, Saints push in, but Walla does get taken down. Picked off by Asu. That's going to essentially be the go button for the rest of the Boise squad, as that Death Blossom from Asu does take down 3, and more Saints are dropping at this point. Captain Star and Asu getting the kills, and Beanie Bum getting on the board as well, getting kill with the Lucio. Granted, that was 2, maybe 3 ultimates on the side of Boise State, and right now, St. Clair kind of has a pretty solid advantage, I would say, considering they have the 4. They're going to start things off. Meteor Strike trying to just try and take down both of the DPSers on the side of Boise State. That was exactly what they needed and should allow for St. Clair to roll through this team fight. And sure enough, they are, even with the Coalescence from D'Angelo. That is not going to be enough. Complete team wipe right there for St. Clair College. They're going to push this cart pretty close to the edge to the capture point. And Jub Jub actually sitting in the background. He's got the proper flank and he has Death Blossom. And oh, that's going to be good. The ults from Sigma plus Death Blossom coming out. It's going to deal some damage. No kills from it though until the rest of the Saints squad come marching in. They take down 3. Captain Star and Asu though trying their damnedest to try and get themselves back on the board, but Jub Jub does shut down Captain Star. Jussie takes down Asu, and that's going to be a 3-point cap for St. Clair College on attack here at Kings Row.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
All right, so a solid 3-point capture there for St. Clair College. Boise State definitely having a hard time having Captain Star and Asu like pop off so hard during the first match. Might have opened St. Clair's eyes a little bit, and they were able to do a much better job at shutting them down so that they weren't such big deals in this, at least the first part of the second game. If Boise does run this, though, this is going to be the first time we've seen them switch. Yeah, Bosie's definitely got a bit of a mountain to climb. St. Clair having 131 on the clock still in their bank, and they have to 3 cap. So let's see how this goes. The difference is that we see here for Boise, we've got the Asu, Widowmaker, and Captain Star playing Mei instead of Doomfist. Now, Mei is usually pretty sick at dealing with characters that like to dive in, but it doesn't matter when Jub Jub's just going around all of them anyway, and even able to completely duel the Mei. Captain Star barely, oh, he does go down from Jussie actually. All the Saints are just going to push right through, and I would not be surprised if we see a switch in strategy here for Boise State. Next, Captain Star kind of got popped, or not necessarily popped. She didn't die quick by any means, but just wasn't able to get the effect that I assumed he would have wanted. And with Jub Jub just constantly on top of her, made things very difficult. That's a flank from Walla, just completely exploding Beanie Bum. Lucio going down, but Jub Jub's got to be a little bit careful too. He's going to Wraith walk out of there. While looking for his next victim, he does find Guac, does manage to get a little bit of a combo, but he's not able to keep himself up there. Jesse with the Coalescence is getting a decent angle on most of the Boise squad. Coach is going to take out Icy, and they're going to retreat back as the flanking Reaper, Asu, is still looking to get some work done. But that was actually a very unfortunate moment there for Jub as the headshot from Asu going to turn that fight. That's a good sound barrier from Kingdom Heart, though that would have probably been death for the Saint squad here on this first point. Walla coming in with the Meteor Strike, trying to find his spot. He's going to bomb down right onto Asu, taking down the Reaper. We have Couch come down with the Sigma ult as well. Guac extremely low at this point. And Couch getting point blank with them. Jub coming in with the spin into win and on the point. Death Blossom takes down 3, and this is going to hold the point for St. Clair. They are draining a lot of time here on the clock of Bosie's.
My will made real.
Oh yeah, Jub had to be very careful. His retreating path actually led right into Asu, so he had to pop that Wraith Rock really quickly. D'Angelo's Coalescence coming out, keeping everybody topped off, but Walla actually took out Asu, so one of the big DPS squad, or DPS members of Boise State, going to be going down. That bongo from Damage, so much damage. It is finally going to run out. Now we have the kind of the hybrid ult here from Jussie with the Coalescence, finds D'Angelo. Jub finds Asu as well. From a fight that should have, in theory, gone in the favor of Boise. The Saints just jump on them before they even get the chance to get something done. Complete team wipe here for St. Clair. 45 seconds left on the clock. Can they full hold this?
Hey there.
It's going to be a bit of a tough task, though. We do have 4 ultimates on deck for Boise, and it's likely going to be a 5th by the time this team fight actually really gets started. Bongo coming out from Icy, but we do also have the Death Blossom right onto the point. Kingdom Heart does go down because of it, but St. Clair matching 2 kills, but then Boise getting refrags. Back and forth right now. Walla currently the last one laughing until Guac just picks him up and slams him down. Does the same with Jussie as well. Saints are probably going to go down. Boise going to get the first point, but it took pretty much the majority of their time bank. In fact, right down to the second for them to actually capture this. Now, of course, since this is not like overtime round, it's overtime right now, but they're going to add a little bit of extra time here for the attackers. So Boise gets 2 minutes and 30 seconds to try and get themselves to this second point. But 2 points is not going to be enough. They need to full cap, and with Jussie and Jub popping off, getting 2 kills real quick, that is going to be a tall task for them to take care of. Only Kingdom Heart going down so far in this battle. Oh, the random Bastion coming out here from Captain Star, but the flanking Jub's going to force him out of position, bring him back. Walla going to find the kill, and Couch getting a kill as well. Hell, we're just going to fight right by their spawn. Why not? Walla just going in. Asu almost going down, forced to go into the building. I think Jub does see him. Essentially right behind the spawn, but Jub does have to be careful. He's a bit away from his team. It's going to be scary, and sure enough, the burst damage from Captain Star going to punish St. Clair for the over-aggressive hold. Granted, it did blow a full minute full minute of time here on the clock for Boise State's attack. Captain Star finding Walla as well. Just punching him out, and then that's going to let Boise move up pretty far here. Kingdom Heart trying to get away, but it's hard to get away from a full 6 stack of Boise State attackers. Yeah, Boise only has 1 player really pushing the cart at this point. With 50 seconds left, I would think they would try to push this thing with a little bit more urgency. But yeah, not in the slightest. They would rather make sure that they have this corner compared to pushing that cart faster. In theory, they probably could have had this thing right next to the next to the point. Coalescence coming out from Jussie. He's going to get some decent damage. Death Blossom on top of the cart. What a huge, huge damage coming out from the St. Clair team. A complete wipe with 20 seconds left. This is not good for Boise State at this point. And St. Clair is going to get aggressive with their defense once again, going right towards the arch to try and hold. Nowhere near the cart at this point. The Wrecking Ball switch actually coming out from Guac, so St. Clair do have to be careful of a flanking, like, sneaky cap from Guac, but Maj does take him down. Couch goes and takes down Captain Star as well. Asu still trying to do what he can from the outsides of the team fight, but Couch has his number. Just tossing boulders and shields as much as he can. He's actually going to pop the Death Blossom. He's only going to get one, though, as the rest of St. Clair clean up this fight. Just a matter of taking down Guac, and Guac can't get there in time. St. Clair going to get game number 2, taking this the full distance. Pretty similar to what we saw last week, actually, in our TESPA varsity qualifiers. So, again, St. Clair going to bring this to game number 3. Let's see this play of the game. Right on top of the payload. Big damage there from Jub and the rest of the St. Clair squad. Of course, please do stick around. We'll have game number 3 of this set. Finish things off here between Boise State University and St. Clair College. Up next. Stay tuned.